Miscellaneous exercise, chapter 6, question number 1. Find the exponent value of 17 by 81 raised to 1 by 4. Raised to 1 by 4 means it is exponential type of function. So f of x is equal to x raised to 1 by 4. So x is equal to, you can say it is, this 81 can come out from the 1 by 4th root, but 17 cannot come, so 16 you have to take. So f of x is equal to, you can take as 16 by 81 and delta x as 1 by 81. Is it 1 by 81? So what we know that f of x plus delta x is equal to f of x plus delta y. Is it? So f of x plus delta x is what? It is 17 by 18, 1 raised to 4. If you add it, you will get again. Therefore, I have taken 16 by 81. Is it? If you take LCM of add these two, you will get your question back. Is it? Therefore, we have taken 16 by 81 and delta x is equal to 1 by 81. F of x is equal to what? 16 by 81. F of x we have taken. Is it? Okay. 16 by 81. Delta y we have to find. So, it is, if you take out from the root, it will become 2 by 3 plus delta y. If you substitute delta y, you will get what is exponent value of 17 by 18 raised to 1 by 4. We know that delta y is what? Dy by dx into delta x. F of x is equal to y is equal to what? X raised to 1 by 4. So delta y is equal to, with respect to power, 1 by 4, then 1 by 4 minus 1. So it is, what is that? 3 by, minus 3 by 4. So therefore it comes in down as plus x raised to 3 by 4 into delta x. Delta x value is 1 upon 81. Is it? X, what is the value of x we have to substitute? It is 16 by 81. If we take root of 16 by 81, okay, it will come out 1 by, first 1 by root 2, okay, 4. If we 1 by 4 means what is come? 2 into raised to 3, that is 27, and here will be 3 raised to 4. 3 raised to 4 means 8. Is it? It will cancel out as it's 8 here. Okay, 2 will come. 2 raised to 3. 2 raised to 3 means what? First 1 by 4. What is a 1 by 4th root of 16? 2. What is a 1 by 4th of 23? 27. Okay, it will go up and simplify it. If you simplify it, 81 will go up, that is 27, and 2 roots to 3, that is 8 will be down. Okay, is it? So if you simplify, then delta y you will get 1 upon 96. So 17 by 18, 1 raised to x raised to 1 by 4 is equal to 2 by 3 plus 1 upon plus 1 by 16. That we substitute in this equation 1. Okay, is it? And if you simplify, taking LCM, you will get 65 upon 64 plus 1, also 65 upon 96, that is 0.0677. 33 raised to 1 by 5. So what will be come out from the nearest number, which will come as 1 by 5? So 32, is it? So x is 32 and delta x is 1. Right. So f of x plus delta x is again 33. You will get it. So f of x plus delta x is equal to f of x plus delta y. F of x plus delta x is f of 33, f of 32 plus delta y. Is it? If you substitute this value, 33 raised to 1 by 5 is equal to 32 raised to minus 1 by 5 plus delta y. Right. So you will get this value. And now you have to substitute the value of finding delta y. Delta y is what? Dy by dx into delta x. So delta y is x raised to minus 1 by 5. If you substitute that, you will get 1 upon, with respect to power, minus 1 upon 5, x raised to 6 upon 5 delta x. Delta x is 1 and x is 32. So fifth root of 32, take it out first, and then raised to 6. So 2 raised to 6, that is 64. And since it is a minus, it will be 1 upon 64. If we simplify it, delta y is equal to minus 1 upon 320, is it? That is minus 320 experimentally comes to be as minus 0.003. So substitute in the equation first, is it? Here with delta y. What is 32 raised to 5? 32 raised to 5 is to 0.5. So 1 upon, it will be 1 upon 2. Is it 2? It will come up, and 1 upon 2 is what? 0.5 minus 0.003. So you will get the value as 0.497. So that the function given by fx is equal to log x upon x as a maximum value at x is equal to e. So very simple. First you have to find dx f dash of x. After finding f dash of x, equate it to 0, find the critical point, then find f double dash and find value of f double dash at the critical point. If it is less than 0, it is in minus, then it can be proved that it is maximum. So let's see here, f of x is equal to log x upon x, derivative with respect to x, f dash of x is equal to this. If you simplify, then f dash of x 1 minus log x upon x square. For critical point, equate it, f dash of x is equal to 0, so log x is equal to 0. So log 1 is what? Log e raised to e. So e cancel out, so x is equal to e. Okay, that is a critical point, but only this we cannot apply the first law. Why cannot we apply? We don't know what is the left hand side of e, what is the left and right hand side of e. Is it? We cannot guess from the one value, and also whenever there is a one value, we apply the second derivative test. So f double dash of x, if you take off this, then again we will get as log, is it 2x log x minus 3x upon x is to 4, is it? Then now simplifying, substitute the value of x in place of x, what we got? E. So e log e. Okay, understand? Log e and then minus 3e, is it? This is, so this e is actually taken, log e raised to, this base is already e, so log e raised to e is 1, so this become 1, so 2e minus 3e, that is minus e, so e raised to 4, is it? You understand that this is log e, the base e, we started with the log e, it's not given, so it is considered as e. So x is e, so log e raised to e, when the base and indices are equal, log base and indices are equal, this value is 1. So log e raised to e is 1. So this is minus, so minus e raised to minus 3, so minus 1 upon e raised to 3, which is less than 0, so x raised to e is a maximum point. The two equal sides of an isosceles triangle with a fixed base b. First understand the two equal sides of an isosceles triangle with fixed base b. Base b is fixed, means it has to be, this has to be considered as constant, are decreasing at a rate of means d by dt. Is it? Side is decreasing. If side become x, dx by dt is minus 3. Decreasing means minus 3, minus sign, minus 3. Rate means dt per second. How fast the area decreasing? dA, we have to find dA by dt. We have to prove that it is minus. You should get the answer dA by dt minus. When the two sides are equal to base, when the two sides become equal, now the two sides are x and x, but these two sides become equal to the base, then when the two equal sides are equal to the base, means it will become equilateral triangle. So after finding the area of the triangle, we have to take dA by dt. dA by dt means decreasing, that is we have to find, and also we can substitute x as b, because it is written that when the two equal sides are equal to the base, so x can be replaced by b afterwards, is it? So we have to find how fast the area is decreasing, so we have to find the area of the triangle, is it? Okay, base is given, sides are not given nor the height is given. So let two equal sides of an isosceles triangle be x. So dx by dt is equal to minus 3. It is given. Now in triangle ABD, got it? AD, this is taken as DB. It is a right angle triangle. So according to Pythagoras theorem, we will get x square is equal to 4x square minus b square upon 4. So area of the triangle is half base into altitude. So half b into h, this. So area of the triangle becomes here, b is substitute, it is value of h is substitute, simplify it, you will get 4. What it? The root 4 is 2. So 2 and 2 multiplied, again you get 4. Okay. So area of the triangle is half b root 4x square minus b upon 2. So 2 into 2, 4 it becomes. Now what we have to prove that area is decreasing fast. So dA by dt. But we don't have dA by dt. So dA by dt directly cannot be found out. So we have dx by dt into dA by dt into dx by dt. Dx cancel out. Again we get dA by dt. Is it? dA by dx. We have to take this with derivative with respect to x. We know that now only how many variables are there? No, expression b and x. But we know that b was given as fixed. So b is constant here. We must know before taking derivative which term is constant. If two expressions are there, then we must know which is constant. B is constant here. X is variable. Is it? Because they given as b is fixed. So we know that b is constant. Fixed means it is a constant. So we have to take dx by dt. So with respect to x we have to take and b as a constant. If you take the derivative with respect to power, is it? Okay, you will get this value and dx by dt is minus 3. If you simplify it, you get final value 3. Okay, minus 3xb root 4x square minus b square. Now what is, when they want us, this value should be decreasing when the two sides equal to the given base. When the two sides are equal to the given base means what is given to us, x can be taken as b. So substitute x here as b. Substitute the value of x here as b. So if you simplify it, you will get minus b upon 3b. If you simplify it, this is b square. So it will come out from the root as a b, and root 3 it will be as 3 will be as root 3. So if you simplify it, you will get minus root 3b. Minus indicate that it is a rate is decreasing. Is it? Hence the area is decreasing at a rate of root 3b. Area, what we are finding, dA upon dt. dA means what is a unit of area? Centimeter square. What is a time? Unit of t, dt. dt is second. So therefore we must write this as centimeter square upon second. Question 4. Find the equation of the normal to the curve y square is equal to 4x which passes through the point 1, 2. Derivative with respect, it is very easy. We have to find 1, 2 point is given, just we have to find the slope of a normal. Once we get the slope of normal, we know how to find the equation of the line y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1. Is it? Given the slope and the 2 points. 2 points are given, we have to find the slope of normal. So slope of normal can be found with the taking derivative. So y square is equal to 4x, derivative with respect to x, dy by dx, 2 upon y. At which point we are checking? At point 1, 2. So x is not there, only y. So y is equal to 2. So 2 by 2, 1. So slope of tangent is 1. That implies the slope of normal is minus 1. So we know that the equation of the normal passing through the point 1, 2 and having slope minus 1 is this. Y minus y1. This y minus 2 is equal to m. M is minus 1. X minus x1. X minus x1. X minus 1 is 1. Is it? Passing through this one. So if you simplify it, you will get x plus y, x plus y minus 3 is equal to 0. So that the normal at any point theta to the curve x a cos theta plus a theta sine theta, and y is equal to a sine theta minus a theta cos theta is at a constant distance from the origin. Origin is given. So suppose this is a curve you drawn. This is a curve. This is the equation of the normal because it is perpendicular to the curve, and this is origin. It is a constant, is at a constant distance from the origin. Origin is 0, 0. So this distance you have to find. This distance you have to find, d. Okay, we know that if we get this equation, this is point is given. We know that the perpendicular distance from the equation, from the point x and y, it is given as mod a x1 plus b y1 plus c upon root a square upon b square. Is it? That is the formula. So what we need to show, to perpendicular distance constant means constant, how will show? There should not be any theta value. Okay, there should not be any theta. If there is an independent of theta, means there is no value theta. If you take the distance, then it is proved that distance is constant. Okay, these are very much important to know how you prove constant. We can prove constant. Here theta is variable, so there should not be any variable if you take this, the perpendicular distance between these 2 points. Okay, so very easy. We have to find the equation of the normal. Once you find the equation of the normal, perpendicular distance can be found from the equation. Okay, here is that. See, we know that the perpendicular distance from the equation ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 from the point x1 y1 is given by d is equal to mod ax1 plus b y1 plus c. Okay, mod close root a square plus b square. This is the formula, the perpendicular distance. But to get a perpendicular distance, we must have the equation of the normal. Okay, that is also easy. Understand the question. X and y is given. So point is given, x and y. We have to find what is the slope of this normal. Once we find the slope of the normal, point x and y is given, we can get the equation of the normal. And once we get the equation of the normal, we can find the perpendicular distance. This by using the formula d is equal to mod ax1 plus b y1 plus c mod close upon root a square plus b square. Is it clear? So first thing is we will find the equation of the normal. To find the equation of the normal, we have to find the slope of a normal, and point x and y is given. So we will do that. First we will find the slope of a tangent, then we will find the slope of a normal from there. Once we find the slope of normal and point x and y is given, we will find the equation of the normal, then we will find the perpendicular distance. Is it? This is the way we will prove it. So let's prove that dy by dx is equal to dy by d theta upon dx by d theta. Okay, so a cos minus this. Okay, because it's u into v form, theta is variable, so a is constant, u and v form, therefore it is like this. Is it? If you simplify it, you will get dy by dx as tan theta. Okay, so slope of a tangent is tan theta, so slope of a normal is, okay, slope of a normal is minus 1 upon slope of a tangent, so we will get minus cot theta. Is it? Now we know the equation of the normal passing through x. X is what? A cos theta plus a theta sin theta, comma y is a sin theta minus a theta cos theta, having a slope minus cos theta is this. Okay, we substitute x, y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1. Now it is a just matter of simplification. Tan you simplify, this becomes sin goes to that side. Is it? Okay, so it is remain the same. It's remain the same. Then open the bracket by sin theta, then apply sin theta and simplify it. Here you apply cos theta and simplify it. Then first simplify on that side, this side, LHS. Then s x cos theta plus y sin theta you will get. Here you will get a cos square theta plus a sin square theta If you take a common, cos square plus sin square is 1, so you'll get a. So x cos theta plus y sin theta is equal to a. Okay, so this equation we got, equation of the normal and perpendicular distance from origin we have to find. So we have point x and y. So this equation can be used here, x1 y1 as 0 0, and the perpendicular distance, and equation we have ax, x, compare the coefficient. So what is a? Cos theta. What is b? Sin theta. What is c? What is c? It is inside, so minus a. Is it c? So we can apply this formula. So you apply this formula, d is equal to a. A is what? Here. Is it a? X1 y1. A is what? Cos theta. X1 is what? 0 0, because from the origin. Got it? So a is cos theta, and origin x1 is 0, so 0, plus b is what? Sin theta, but y1 is what? Again 0 0. Okay, c is inside, if you put, then minus a. What is a? Sin square plus cos square. Okay, cos, is it? Sin square plus cos square theta is what? 1, so root of 1 is 1. And if you simplify, 0 into cos theta is 0, here is also 0, it is minus a, mod, don't forget that it is mod, so it will become plus. So it is a upon 1, which is constant. How do you prove it is a constant? As I told you before, that if it is independent of cos theta, there should not be any cos theta, there should not be any theta, then it is say that it is a constant. So we got only a, there is no cos theta, there is no theta, which prove that it is a constant. Implies that perpendicular distance is a constant, hence truth.